Yo, what up YouTube? It's Bryce, and welcome to episode 1 of Yugimornz. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Pot of Greed. This card is banned, obviously. Everyone knows it's banned. It's a random +1 with no cost, and yeah. We're going to talk about whether this card could come back. Basically it's a it's a +1 every time, for no reason. But I'm going to point out that this card, this card, this card, and this card can all be pluses too. +4s and a potential +5. And that's a lot more than a +1. So why are all these cards at 1? You can argue that they're all somewhat balanced, I guess. This only hits face-up attack position monsters. This destroys your monsters too, this destroys your monsters too, and this destroys your spell and traps too. And also they all say destroyed, so they can be stopped by Starlight Road. That being said, you don't always have monsters or spells and traps, and sometimes all your opponent's monsters are in face-up attack position, so you majorly plus, especially when they don't have this to stop you. So, why are these cards less broken than Pot of Greed? That's a good question. It's hard to answer. Really, the fact that this is a +1 every time it comes into the game is what makes it broken, I suppose, but, yeah. These cards are only good because of their splashability. Mirror Force. If it wasn't splashable, would anyone play it? Probably not. What I mean is Wall of Thorns. It's a card that you can only activate when you have a face-up plant. And it does the exact same thing as Mirror Force, yet no one plays that card because it's reliant on having a face-up plant. Same thing with these. If they weren't as splashable, people probably wouldn't play them. Pot of Greed would be completely splashable in everything, which is a reason for its banning, but also a reason that it could come back, I think. Just the fact that it would go in everything. It wouldn't be specifically helpful to just E-Heroes or to just Flame Bells or something. It would help everyone, and you could argue that that's balanced in itself. Just the fact that if someone sacks into their Pot of Greed that game, and then they get to draw 2 and +1 off of it, it's no more sacky than drawing a Dark Hole or a Heavy Storm, because they'd all be at 1. But yeah, that being said, obviously Pot of Greed is probably not going to come back to 1 when we have D-Draw, Semi-Limited, and Allure of Darkness at 1, and Pot of Avarice at 1. I don't think we're getting our Pot of Greed back anytime soon. But that's just a little bit for the sake of discussion, almost, I guess. So if anyone has any comments or thoughts on this, it'd be much appreciated, and I hope you guys like the morning Yu-Gi-Ohs or whatever. And yeah, I'll hopefully be doing one of these tomorrow, guys, and peace.